Hersom Acorn Newspapers, publishers of the Greenwich Post, New Canaan Advertiser, the Darien Times, the Ridgefield Press, the Weston Forum, the Wilton Bulletin, the Reading Pilot, the Lewisboro Ledger, the Monroe Courier, the Eastern Courier, the Trumbull Times, Fairfield Sun, Shelton Herald, the Stratford Star, the Milford Mirror, and the Valley Gazette. This is the HAN Network, the leader in local news, sports, arts, and entertainment in southwestern Connecticut.
This is your coffee break on the HAN Network.
Good Monday morning, everybody. John Kovach with you, and for Kate Chaplinsky, who's on assignment, bringing you your coffee break this hot Monday morning. We are at the front end of the second heat wave of the 2015 summer. There are warnings about the air quality in effect for older people, for children, for those with respiratory diseases. We will get to that later on. Currently, it's 85 outside our Shelton studio, on the way to 90. It says the humidity is 55%, but it feels a lot thicker than that. No chance of rain in the next couple of days, but highs in the 90s, and it is finally going to feel like summer. In the news, 2 people have been shot in Bridgeport overnight. An 18-year-old man whose name has not yet been released is reported to be in stable condition after being shot in the Park City late Sunday. A resident flagged down a Bridgeport police patrol car around 10 minutes before 11 Sunday night to report that a person had been shot in the area of Clifford Street and Bennell Street. Police said the victim was hit in the right arm and back. He was taken to Bridgeport Hospital in a personal vehicle. About 20 minutes after midnight, Bridgeport Hospital contacted police to report that they were treating another gunshot victim. This victim, whose name and gender have not yet been released, told officers that the shooting occurred in the area of William Street and Barnum Avenue. The victim has been transferred from Bridgeport Hospital to Yale New Haven Hospital for treatment of gunshot wounds to the face and neck. Anyone with information about either shooting is asked to contact the Bridgeport Police Detective Bureau at 203-581-5201. Coffee break time, 11:03 on the HAN network. State police have identified the 2 women killed in a fatal crash on I-95 north in Old Lyme that closed the highway for most of the day Saturday. 61-year-old Hilda Thomas of Abington, Maryland, and 39-year-old Stacy Lockhart of Selma, Alabama, both passengers in one of the cars involved, were killed in an accident that involved 2 tractor trailers and 6 other vehicles around 5:30 Saturday morning. Lifestar was called to the scene. Actually, both Lifestar helicopters responded, along with paramedics from several nearby communities. One first responder described the scene as cars on top of cars that was visible in the Connecticut DOT highway shots of that area. An hour before the fatal crash on the northbound side, there was also a crash on I-95 South in that same area. That side of the highway was also closed after a truck traveling south on I-95 just a mile north of Exit 70 in Old Lyme veered onto the right shoulder and crashed into the guardrail, then struck a concrete bridge support, according to state police. That tractor trailer caught fire and debris were scattered all over the road, shutting down that side of the highway. The driver, 62-year-old Arturo Paez of Stratford, was transported by Lifestar helicopter to Yale New Haven Hospital to be treated for serious injuries. State police are still investigating both of those crashes in eastern Connecticut on Saturday. The death of a 46-year-old Shelton man Friday morning is being investigated by both Shelton and state police. Police were called to a report of an untimely death at 62 Howe Avenue around 6:45 Friday morning. They found 46-year-old Richard Briarcheck dead on the second floor. Shelton detectives responded and around 9:30 Friday morning requested help from the State Police Central District Major Crime Squad. Around 2 o'clock Friday afternoon, at the request of the Ansonia Milford Judicial District State's Attorney's Office, detectives from the state police took control of the investigation. The state chief medical examiner will conduct a post-mortem to determine the cause and manner of death, according to Shelton Police. Coffee break time, 5 after 11 on this hot Monday morning. Temperature getting up to 90. Remember, there is an air quality warning in effect. Shelton police are seeking help from the public after a car reportedly struck a bicyclist Friday night. Around 10 o'clock Friday, police received multiple 911 calls reporting an accident with injuries involving a vehicle and a bicycle at the intersection of Howe Avenue and Bridge Street. Shelton police and EMS responded to the scene. The bicyclist, a 49-year-old Milford resident, was transported to the hospital to be evaluated. Witnesses told police the bicyclist was struck by a black vehicle that was traveling south on Howe Avenue. Witnesses said the vehicle involved in the accident fled the scene over the Derby-Shelton Bridge. The Shelton Police Department Traffic Reconstruction Team is investigating the accident and asks any witnesses or anyone with information on this Friday night accident involving a bicyclist and a vehicle on Howe Avenue to call the Shelton Police Traffic Division at 203-924-1544. Your coffee break time coming up on 11:07. A number of school-related laws have taken effect across Connecticut this summer following this year's legislative session, including laws pertaining to special education, allegations of abuse or neglect by school employees, and CPR training. Boards of education are now required to submit reports on prior fiscal year special education expenditures to the State Department of Education. This is an annual requirement under Public Act 15-145. These reports, which will not be public record, must include the board's total expenditures for special education, expenditures for special education as a percentage of the total school district expenditure, individual expenditures for each child requiring special education who is under that Board of Education's jurisdiction. The department will then issue reports that will include a breakdown of the total number of students requiring special education in each district with a per pupil education cost that is 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, or 4.5 times the net current expenditures per resident student of its school district. Another new public act, 15-112, stipulates that if a school employee is reported to have abused or neglected a child, and the Department of Children and Families Commissioner, upon completion of an investigation, find the reports to be unsubstantiated, any references to that report is to be involved from that employee's records. Such records include the employee's personnel records and any other records relating to that employee who has been accused. The law also states that a report that a child has been abused or neglected by school employees that is found to be unsubstantiated shall not be used against the school employee for any purpose relating to employment. Finally, under Public Act 15-94, each Board of Education in Connecticut will be required to incorporate CPR instruction in health and safety curricula for the school years to begin in 2016. The law requires the instruction be based on the American Heart Association guidelines for emergency care and at least require hands-only CPR training. Furthermore, the law states school boards may accept gifts, grants, and donations, including in-kind donations designated for the purchase of equipment or materials needed to provide that CPR instruction. You can read more about these new Connecticut laws that affect schools at WiltonBulletin.com. We're coming up on 10 after the hour. Time to take our first break. When we come back, Don Eng is going to take us back in time, and I'll take a look at sports on your coffee break. Streaming live on the HAN network.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
A variety of food trucks, hands-on activities, live music, a different theme every night, plus top women's tennis. It's the 2015 Connecticut Open presented by United Technologies. Be there as some of the world's best competed at the largest pro tennis event in New England. And catch famous players John McEnroe, James Blake, and more in the men's Legends event presented by PowerShares Series. It all adds up to one legendary week, August 21st through the 29th at the Connecticut Tennis Center in New Haven. Get your tickets at ctopen.org.
The long winter is finally astern. Bait is invading the harbors, coves, and inlets. Stripers, fluke, and porgies are on the move. In the streams and lakes, trout, smallmouth, largemouth, and walleye have moved out of hibernation. At the dock shop, it's all systems go. And now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, and their newest location at 609 Riverside Avenue in Westport. Bait, tackle, apparel, and of course, all the marine and nautical accessories that they're known for are ready for you at the dock shop. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. Visit us at dockshop.com.
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. 203-375-8332. And online at stratfordsmile.com.
Alliance. We are an industry leader in coordinating transportation for large events such as corporate roadshows, conferences, and special events. Our team of experts understands the dynamics and logistics of high-pressure situations and complex arrangements, all within a rapidly changing environment. Since 1999, we have added charter jets, event management, and personal protection to our range of services. Mention this ad for $25 off your next round-trip reservation. Alliance and you. Together, we can achieve the extraordinary. 855-546-6996 or alliancelimo.com.
You're watching and listening to the HAN Network.
Welcome back to Coffee Break on the HAN Network. John Kovach. I'm in for Kate Chaplinsky, who is on assignment this Monday morning. She will be back Tuesday. Don Eng is going to join us now with his daily look at what happened this day in history.
It was the most famous grammar lesson in history, and it happened on this day. But first, we go back to 1585. The first group of colonists sent by Sir Walter Raleigh lands in the New World to create the Roanoke colony on Roanoke Island, off the coast of present-day North Carolina. The colony would struggle for years until its mysterious disappearance. More on that tomorrow. 1785. Jonathan Trumbull, the governor of both the colony and the state of Connecticut, dies in Lebanon. He was the only colonial governor to support the revolution. The town of Trumbull is named after him, though he never lived nor even visited the area. He and his wife Faith had 4 sons and 2 daughters. Firstborn Joseph was the first commissary general of the Continental Army, and their secondborn, Jonathan Jr., would become governor of Connecticut himself. Their daughter, Faith, married General Jebediah Huntington, for whom that town was named. Daughter Mary married William Williams, one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence, and Trumbull's third son, David, was commissary of the colony of Connecticut, and the baby of the family, John, earned fame as the painter of the American Revolution with a series of paintings, including a rendering of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. 1807, Robert Fulton's North River Steamboat leaves New York, New York, for Albany on the Hudson River. That is the first commercial steamboat service in the world. And finally, we go to 1998. It was a small word, but it caused a big controversy.
That statement is a completely false statement. Whether or not Mr. Bennett knew of your relationship with Ms. Lewinsky, the statement that there was no sex of any kind, in any manner, shape, or form with President Clinton was an utterly false statement. Is that correct?
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is. Yes. If is means is and never has been, that is not that's one thing. If it means there is none, That was a completely true statement.
That is U.S. President Bill Clinton on this day, 1998, admitting in taped testimony that he had an improper physical relationship with White House intern Monica Lewinsky. On the same day, he admits before the nation that he misled people about the relationship, but the exact nature of his relationship depends on your definition of the word is. That's your look back in history, and am Donald Ng.
If you define is by is going to happen, then Don will, interesting effect, then Don will be back, or is going to be back, at 2 o'clock hosting Nutmeg Sports. We're going to have Mike Suppy stopping in. He was at the Southern Connecticut Conference Football Media Day last night at the Floyd Little Athletic Center. We've got videos from some of the local schools. We'll talk about high school football, which starts up today with conditioning for those teams that did not take spring practice. We're also going to talk to one of the players in the new Women's Professional Hockey League who runs programs at Chelsea Piers. We'll do a little bit more sports later on in your coffee break on the HAN network. But right now, let's take a look at gasoline prices, which fell 4.1 cents per gallon in the past week to an average of $2.72 a gallon, according to Gas Buddy's daily survey of 1,540 gasoline outlets in Connecticut. This compares with the national average that increased 8.5 cents per gallon in the last week to $2.68 a gallon, according to Gas Buddy. Including the changing gas prices in Connecticut during the past week, prices were $1.05 per gallon lower than the same day 1 year ago and are 18.4 cents per gallon lower than a month ago. The national average has decreased 9 cents per gallon during the last month and stands 77.5 cents per gallon lower than on this day 1 year ago. At a meeting with the New Canaan Advertiser last week, New Canaan YMCA Executive Director Craig Panzano and George Russell, a director, said the YMCA's renovation plan and fundraising efforts are largely on target, with work set to begin this fall. And if you're watching our live stream on the HAN network, you can see some renderings of that. Russell said plans were to break ground for this third YMCA renovation he's been involved with, but the design and engineering took longer than anticipated. Nevertheless, both men told the Advertiser they are excited about implementing the plans that were first unveiled last October. Panzano, in his 12th year as executive director, explained that the New Canaan YMCA was originally an offshoot of the Norwalk Y. There is now no longer a Norwalk YMCA. The New Canaan YMCA serves 10,000 members, 80% of whom are from New Canaan. Panzano said 1,000 people per day visit that facility, which is on South Avenue, just north of the Merritt Parkway. The $20 million renovation, which should take a couple of years to complete, is expected to keep the facility thriving, both men told the New Canaan Advertiser. Russell explained that YMCA members may be inconvenienced somewhat when construction commences, but measures are being taken to minimize any inconveniences. Coming up on 19 after the hour, taking a quick look back at Connecticut sports. As we said, on this very hot day, high school football, more accurately preparation for it, starts today as the teams that did not take spring practice hit the field for 5 days of mandatory conditioning. As we said, the Southern Connecticut Conference had its media day last night at the Floyd Little Athletic Center in New Haven. Our Mike Suppy was there. He's going to join Donald Ng, pinch hitting for Rob Adams, on Nutmeg Sports at 2 to discuss that. We're also going to talk to a hockey player, hockey director at Chelsea Piers in Stamford. She has signed with a new professional women's ice hockey league. Sticking with hockey, New Canaan's Max Pacioretty is not ready to return to the ice just yet, but Montreal Canadiens coach Michel Therrien said his star forward is recovering from a knee injury on schedule. You can read a story by Dave Storr about that at ncadvertiser.com. The Bridgeport Bluefish lost to the York Revolution 7-3 in the finale of a 4-game series at the ballpark at Harbor Yard on Sunday night. At 20-16 for the second half, the Bluefish remain in a first-place tie with the Somerset Patriots for the second half, of the Liberty Division standings. The Bluefish are in Texas for 7 games against the Sugar Land Skeeters starting tonight. They return home Monday, August 24th for a homestand against the Long Island Ducks. 20 after 11 on this coffee break, 85 degrees outside our Shelton studio, an air quality alert for those prone to respiratory problems, those with respiratory ailments, the elderly, children. That is in effect today. 85, feels like 89, 55% humidity, getting up to 90 today, only dropping to 69 tonight, back up to 90 tomorrow, Tuesday, as this second heat wave of the summer of 2015 gets underway. We are going to step out for a minute, come back and bring you more news on your coffee break on the HAN Network.
It's Lots of Characters, specializing in children's birthday parties with your child's favorite characters. When you want to party hardy, when you need to celebrate, call us, we won't be late. We help create lasting memories for you and your child on their special day. Call us at 203-590-1791 or visit our website at lotsofcharacters.org for more information and to see our party packages. Lots of Characters, 203-590-1791 or online at lotsofcharacters.org.
Located in the heart of picturesque downtown Ridgefield at 13 Governor Street, Colby's is the area's premier retailer for blinds, shades, shutters, and draperies, and is one of the select few Hunter Douglas Gallery dealers. A family-owned and operated company, Colby's experienced staff will work with you in choosing the best treatments for your home or office and offer free measuring and expert installation. Colby's also carries an extensive line of decorative fabrics including Schumacher, Durley, Tebow, and more. Or browse over 400 books in our wallpaper library from famous designers such as Stroheim, Schumacher, Ralph Lauren, Tebow, and York. Take advantage of our Fashion in Motion savings event with savings and rebates on Hunter Douglas shades with PowerRise technology. Colby's of Ridgefield. We are committed to your complete satisfaction. 203-438-8531.
The long winter is finally astern. Bait is invading the harbors, coves, and inlets. Stripers, fluke, and porgies are on the move. In the streams and lakes, trout, smallmouth, largemouth, and walleye have moved out of hibernation. At the dock shop, it's all systems go. And now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, and their newest location at 609 Riverside Avenue in Westport. Bait, tackle, apparel, and of course, all the marine and nautical accessories that they're known for are ready for you at the dock shop. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. Visit us at dockshop.com.
Kycote Rockefeller Estate is Westchester County's top cultural attraction and is now open for the season. Don't miss out. Go online to hudsonvalley.org to plan your visit. Take a drive out to beautiful Sleepy Hollow, New York, and enjoy Kycote's stunning architecture, breathtaking gardens, expansive art galleries, and commanding Hudson River views. From world-class art by Picasso and Warhol to expertly tended gardens, there's something for everyone. Kycote Rockefeller Estate, a National Trust for Historic Preservation landmark.
Now you can keep up with what's happening in Darien with the convenience of the Darien Times Online. Your choice. Print or digital subscription for just $45 a year. Or get the print and digital bundle for just $10 more, $55 a year. To subscribe to the Darien Times, go to hersumsecure.com/CIRC or call the circulation department at 203-894-3388. The Darien Times, now in print and online. Don't miss a single issue. Subscribe today. This is the HAN Network.
Welcome back to your coffee break on the HAN Network. This Monday, it's a hot one, it's a summer one. Let's think about fall. Let's think about welcoming autumn by sharing sweets and sips with the HAN Network on Sunday, September 20th. You can spend an early autumn afternoon at the Garden House at the Keeler Tavern in Ridgefield, sampling the creations of local bakeries, chocolatiers, sweet shops, restaurants, winemakers and cellars, and package stores. Establishments and purveyors that wish to serve a taste of what they have to offer can find information at HersamAcorn.com, HersamAcorn.events/sweets and sips, The cost is $200 for a table. You can get all this information at any of your Hersham Acorn sites. Advanced tickets for those who wish to attend are $8 per person, $20 per family. Admission at the door is $10 per person, $25 per family. Children 6 and younger are admitted free of charge. The Melodic Major Quartet of Ridgefield will provide music for Sweets and Sips. The Keeler Tavern has a history dating back to colonial days and is located at 132 Main Street in Ridgefield. Information, again, can be found at HersamAcorn.events/sweets and sips or any of your Hersham Acorn sites. That should be a fun event. We also, up at our Hersham Acorn sites, you can find information on our Fast Frights Festival. That is coming up as well, where you can make a 3-minute horror movie. Enter that, and there are some sweet prizes for that if you enter and win this horror contest, Fast Frights. Again, that information is also at our HAN Network websites or any of your Hersham Acorn newspaper websites. Again, a hot one outside today, approaching 90, an air quality warning in effect for those with respiratory problems. So just be careful out there, particularly if you're one of the sporting events or sporting teams starting practice today. In other news, 2 people were shot after a rap concert in Waterbury Saturday night, police said. The shooting happened after a performance by Future and Fabulous at the Palace Theater in Waterbury, according to police. A 23-year-old woman was shot in the... was shot in the leg, and a 27-year-old man sustained a gunshot wound in the arm, according to police. Police said they believe the victims were not the intended targets, according to the Associated Press. A fire Friday evening in Stratford caused heavy damage to a home on Country Club Circle. Stratford firefighters responded around 6:40 Friday evening to a ranch-style house at 20 Country Club Circle. Firefighters saw a large volume of fire coming from the rear of the house. Under the command of Assistant Chief Tim Brennan, crews were able to contain the fire to the rear deck, kitchen, and parts of the attic. Stratford Fire Marshal Brian Lampart said the homeowner told investigators she had been preparing dinner and using the propane grill on the back deck. Shortly thereafter, fire erupted, causing heavy damage. No injuries were reported. 4 people in the home had to be relocated. Lampart said the fire remains under investigation. Firefighters from Milford and Bridgeport provided coverage while Stratford firefighters attacked that fire. And Connecticut's tax-free week for clothing shopping started Sunday. It will continue through Saturday, August 22nd. Clothing and footwear items that are less than $100 are exempt from taxes, with some exceptions. In past years, exemptions were applicable to items costing up to $300, but recent sales tax legislation has lowered the threshold. The tax-free holiday is observed each year on the 3rd Sunday of August, falling in line with back-to-school shopping. It's a great way to support businesses and get your shopping done with some savings. That, according to Darien Chamber of Commerce President Susan Cater, the tax-exempt status also extends to sale items that are priced less than $100 or items purchased for a coupon that lowers the price to $100. You can read more about that at DarienTimes.com or any of our Hersham Acorn sites. Again, that tax-free week continues all week. Also, all day, a unhealthy air quality warning. Temperatures pushing 90. High levels of ozone. It's pushing 90. It's almost 90 right now outside our Shelton studio. 87. 90 today, 90 tomorrow. Not good air quality. Stay inside. Follow us on the HAN Network. We'll keep you up to date. We'll be back at 2 o'clock with Nutmeg Sports. Tomorrow, Kate will be back with Coffee Break on the HAN Network.
This is the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, arts, and entertainment in southwestern Connecticut and beyond.